Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Train Sim World 2. Today we are in the 395 again, but it's a very special video because this is the Avanti livery. It's a very nice livery as well. Yeah, I've been looking forward to trying this one out for a while. So we'll get the train turned on and then we'll go through some of the stuff. So the train wants to shut up, get the doors open, be on CTRL mode. Right, got a 12 car unit here today. I'll close that, turn our headlights to day, and then our tail lights should also be on by default. Okay, I'll go and check that out. So we're not on southeastern high speed today. We're not even on any British route. We are instead here in Germany, on the Hauptstraße München Augsburg. Just lock the door, that one slipped. And we are here just gonna test things out, see how it runs. So we'll get moving. Can't hear the horn from there. Right, so no tunnels in this route, which is nice because it means we'll get to enjoy the full thing outside. I'll turn the aircon unit off behind me, that might make it better. So yes, I'm doing a full length run, and I chose this particular train, multiple unit train for this episode. God, this thing accelerates much faster than the ICE. Because, oh God, slow down slightly. Because it is pretty much the same speed as this route, which, you know, it's a fantastic train with a fantastic livery. I've been wanting to make this video for ages, and, you know, here it is. So, it's the new, I mean, that's what's going on there. I mean, it's alright. You know, I shouldn't be in a situation to critique this livery because it is stunning. First Group and Trenitalia FS Company. Yes, Spaghetti West Coast. Yeah, so what do we have here? That's an emergency handle. Anything else of note? Not really, that I know of. Just that it is an absolutely fantastic livery. So I'll stay in the cab for a while. You can see it accelerates super quickly here. Already rocketing through Augsburg. Absolute cracking pace. Get a little bit of power on. So yeah, haven't done a German route for a while. It's fun to do this, and tomorrow I'm going to stay on the theme of the 395. I'm going to stay on the theme, and we're going to do maybe a more historic livery than this. A very historic livery from a cancelled project, not a definitely real one. So that's looking forward to on the Intercity 250, and I hope you guys will enjoy that just as much as this one. Also, good time to point out that if you do enjoy my videos, make sure to subscribe, because it's free. You can always change your mind. and it really helps me out. So having just finished that, we're going to go up to 230. Which, you know, the high speed section now entered, which is very nice. And we're rocketing through to passing very quickly. I hope I said that right. Look at that. We'll grab a screenshot now. Right, let's get another. Oh god, that was a post in the way. Grab another one. We'll grab another one. So we've got a AI unit as well running on this service, and that AI unit is an ICE3 for the 395. Less historical value to that one. Less cool, and the livery's pretty bland. It's a bit of a scam, to be honest, because if you go to the website, it has like the Deutsche Bahn logo on it and ICE written on the side, and then you download it and it's just a white train with a red stripe along the bottom end. You know, it's pretty boring livery, but make sure to let me know down in the comments whether you want me to do that train as well in a future episode. What else have I said? So upcoming, got a couple more 375 liveries and scenarios to get through, and they should take us pretty much until April, which is very nice, very cool indeed. Yeah. So I guess this livery, it's more modelled off the concept art for the, I love that, just says M, more modelled off the concept art for the 803? Is it the 803? The new trains, the Avantis, the bimode units that Avanti is going to operate to replace the Voyagers and Super Voyagers, which is a little bit bizarre because they're not going to have active tilt technology in them. You know, neither do these. It would be really cool because, I mean, a lot of trains in the UK now are starting to have, you know, increased speed limits of up to 140 miles an hour, 225, which doesn't quite make sense to me, because the line speeds are all 125, because there's the law that says, you know, you can't have, or a rule that says, you know, can't have a line speeds above 125 where you don't have in-cab signalling. But and that's, so you got the 375? No, not 375. The what is it? I've completely forgotten. 390s, the Pendolinos. They have top speed of 140. They've never been in that speed in service, obviously. But, you know, all you got to have is ETCS, and then ETCS in cab, and then you can have higher speeds, you know? All of the new IETs, IEPs, whatever you want to call them, the 800s, 801s, 802s, 803s and beyond, all of the new Hitachi units, they've got speeds of upwards of 140. They're limited to 125 in public service. You know, and when High Speed 2 opens, there'll be some connections to the mainline network, the traditional network, which, you know, it'd be nice if they could have higher speeds than 200 k's an hour to 225 on the routes that they're not up like 325. Just make journeys slightly faster and rail travel more appealing. You know, you can get, and for the railway companies it's better too, because they can get more train, like, you can have, if it makes sense, the journeys will take less time, so it will take less train, like one less train to operate the service, because they'll be going back and forwards faster, so they'll save, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour of journey time each way, you know, which means that it's lower running costs, because, you know, you don't need more frequent service, because you can get more passengers with lower number of trains, because they're all going faster. Just strikes me how there's no political will to do anything these days, especially in my country, Australia. There's no high-speed rail. Only once has a train in Australia ever gone past 200 k's an hour, and that was on a test run. And that train had to have boosted the catenary voltage, had to have, you know, tilting so it could go faster. All of these special things, had to have virtually no one on board to make it as light as possible. That's the only time a train has ever gone past 200 k's an hour in Australia, which, frankly, it's embarrassing. But, you know, all of the times, several times, people have come up with high-speed rail ideas, and none of those times have they ever been followed up, because the government just couldn't be bothered funding them. You know, our roads and planes are just too acceptable. I mean, you got the Sydney-Melbourne flight path is the second busiest in the world. Now, if you could get a train running on that, it'd be even faster. You know, up above 300 k's an hour, 325, 350, it'd be faster than the plane, because, you know, plane has to wait for you to board and to get baggage and stuff. But, you know, on a train, you just get on and it goes. If you're late, you don't have to offload a bag. You just don't get on the train. You miss it. Get a refund, sure. Or you don't get a refund because you missed a train. You just get another ticket on the next train, you know? Just makes so much sense to have high-speed rail. It's just, there's no political will to do it, which, you know, I find incredibly frustrating. You know, Sydney-Canberra, at the current speeds on a train, on the legacy lines, takes 4 hours. With high-speed rail, it could take just 1.5. And on a plane, it takes 2.5 hours. So that'd decimate the airline industry, and it's better for the environment. Because also most of the current higher speeds, up to 160 lines, most of them are all diesel. You know? A little bit of power to get over this hill. Is this the flying... No, it's not. Oh God, my mouse accidentally hit the change sensitivity button. Yeah, so many times have people, like political leaders in this country, gone overseas and been amazed by the high-speed rail. They come back, pledge to build high-speed rail, and then stop because they don't have funding, and then spend the money on something else, like, you know, a new type of higher speed rail train, or a new type of train that didn't need to be that expensive and it's got a bunch of new features that you don't actually need. Like, there's the new trains in Sydney, the Sydney trains, B-sets, and they've been all the buzz and everyone loves them, except I don't, because I just see straight through them. They got like TVs in them, as opposed to, they're basically identical to the Sydney trains A-set, which, you know, just has dot matrices, pretty much the same. It's the same train. They've just marketed it completely different, and they're a lot more expensive just because they've got a couple of new features. You know? And the most obvious one is some TVs, which all they run on is ads. You know, that's the lowest thing on my list of priorities that I'd like to see when I'm trying to find out where this train stops, whether it stops at my local station. And all I can see is that, you know, there's going to be different times, different service patterns around New Year's Eve. And it's like, I couldn't care less. I just want to know if I have to change trains. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, the trains that they replaced needed to be replaced, but they didn't need to have really expensive... Oh God! totally did not see that 200 limit. Totally didn't see that. Yeah, you can see this is the ICE that we're just passing. Oh god, we slowed down much too far there. But yeah, so it's just doesn't make sense. You know, you don't need to have really expensive train. You could just get the exact same type of train. Okay, down to 80. We might come off the rails here. Bloody hell. Okay, now we can stay back up. So yeah, this is the IC I was talking about. So that one says Augsburg HBF on the front. Why doesn't mine say Munich? Yeah, you can see it's really plain. It's just a white train with a red stripe running on the bottom. But you know, if you want me to do it, then I'll do it. Just didn't think it'd be that interesting, so I haven't done it yet. God, encoding overload. Isn't that nice? It's just such a nice thing. Let's go through the whole train. We've got some plainer carriages, and then you got the, oh god, why does the station exist? And you got some which are, you know, more exciting than others. I really like this livery, both on the train and in the real world. It's, you know, that might be controversial. I like it more than the Virgin livery. Right, down to 160. A little bit of power just to get back up to 160. We're holding the speed very nicely there. It's amazing. Got the massive depots down here. I mean, the tracks around Munich, insane. I mean, imagine being the signaller for this lot. You got commuter lines. Ah, God! Microphone. Don't fall over on me. And you got, just checking that we're not speeding. You got like tracks everywhere. You got through tracks, depots, freight yards, massive. How many tracks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you got tracks coming in here, there, off to your grandma's house, into the local Thai kitchen, you know, going everywhere. Then somehow this just little quadruple track thing comes out. I mean, I remember all of this part was in Train Simulator. It's one of the only routes I had on it. And, you know, come down here, go off to what was it? Gar something. Munich to Garmisch or something. I don't know. Can't remember. Add a dab more power just to get back up to 159. Add a dab more power to get up to 160. There we are. Okay. And we're 2.7k out of passing. Oh, okay, we'll just slow down a little bit. Right, add 1 notch power. Yeah, we'll hover here. 2 notches of power. Yeah, that accelerates. Oh god! Didn't see the 130. Miraculously, we were nearly there in time. Right, we'll go to 27% brake just on the approach to passing, and then it's very easy drive all the way into Munich. Right, touch more brake. Nice. motor sounds coming in. Isn't that nice? I love this train. Love it so much. Okay. Right, doors open. Have another look around. We got very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so going to M. I mean, all of this stuff, it's detailed so well. Oh, that's where the horns are. That's clever. And it's cool how... I'll just shut the doors. And it's cool how, like, this is... Okay, we'll go off. But, I mean, it's cool how the couplers stay where they are. It's just the hatch that moves around them. I find that interesting. God, this thing is so quick off the mark. So quick off the mark. That's just, we just left the platform there and we're already at 90. That's insane. And I guess it is kind of a commuter train in a sense when it leaves the high speed section. Right, we'll go down to notch 3. Right, down the underpass? Underpass? I'm going to call it an underpass. Speeding a little bit, it's fine. At 130 in this section. Could be running off third rail in the speeds. Speed-wise, is within the third rail speed. But you know, third rail, it's a lot more sluggish. Yeah, also pretty interesting to see the 465, which is coming next week? Yeah, next week. That'll be. Oh, speeding. Come on. What was that? Did I just see something clip through my windscreen? I swear something. Yeah, look at that. That just clipped straight through. Alright, whatever. Dab of power. Power. Speed and power. And you know, in a second we'll be up to... down to 60. In a kilometre. And we'll be into München, Munich. Come back, game. Stop telling me there's an encoding overload. If the game can handle it, surely you can, OBS. Right. It's nice hearing the motors. Coming through the ICE train care depot thing. Whatever it's called. Oh, there's a 60. München HBF. ICE. Come on. Slow down. Gee whiz. Alright, 40. Hold there. And in a second we'll be down to 30. How's our route looking? That's pretty steady, no massive points changes in all of this complete and utter chaos. It is just, and there's a massive bottleneck here. Remember my previous, before I started Train Sim World 2, before I made the livery designer video that's got 5,500 views that really actually kicked off the channel's growth. Before I made that, my most viewed video was I'll just put the camera over here for a nice shot of the train. My most viewed video was, oh god, slow down, was a Eurostar. Everyone likes Eurostars. On Munich to Garmisch, but at that time I was using a really crappy screen recorder that only let me use 10 minutes of their product without paying. So it was 10 minutes, and then I was gonna make a part 2 the day after or whatever, and I just couldn't be bothered, so it was just left, you know, driving a little bit with no outro. It was just like, because it just cut, I wasn't paying attention, and it just cut me straight off. Just like, I'd get a pop-up saying your recording has finished, pay to get unlimited access. Yeah mate, I have unlocked the doors. Do you want me to unlock the other doors? Yes you do. If we lock the right doors. No, you want both of them open. Yeah, alright. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and like. And I hope any of you weren't too offended by the Roblox video. Lol. Shut up. I shouldn't have done that. Shut up. Shut up. If I just leave, then it'll be quiet. Why can I hear that siren from like the other side? Is that quieter outside? Right, so what do I have to do now? I have to do that and then master key off. And then in that. Whatever. Anyway, so make sure to subscribe and hit. I'll just turn the. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, goodbye.